is my new tower water garden, and I'm going to shortly be planting some vegetables that I have started from seed. This garden will not require any soil. All the water will be kept down here, and it will be pumped up through here to water all the plants on a continuous basis. This is one of the seedlings I planted in this special media here, and this is a cucumber. So this is the size of this seedling. This is about a couple of weeks old now. Here in this media, I have some basil and lettuce seedlings, again also a couple of weeks old, which I will be planting in the tower garden. We have here Tonic A mineral blend, and we have here Tonic B mineral blend. I'm not really sure what's in this. It does say on the back. Okay, so this one, the Tonic A, has nitrogen, calcium, and iron, and the Tonic B has a lot of different things. It also has some nitrogen, phosphate, potassium, magnesium, sulfur, boron, copper, manganese, and zinc. The pH of the water should be maintained between 5.5 and 6.5 for optimal health for the plants. In these containers we have liquid to adjust that pH when necessary.
So we're just going to fill this up to about 3 inches from the top. And then we're going to add our Tonic A and Tonic B. Make sure you're wearing your most fancy dress and skirt when doing this. I use rainwater, and I also have an RV filter on my hose, my spigot, just to keep the water cleaner for the plants. But you don't have to. You had a lot of rainwater in here already, so that was good. Rainwater's got a lot of good nutrients. Okay, well, we want to put 20 milliliters of Tonic A and Tonic B per gallon of water, and we have 20 gallons of water in here, so really we're going to put 400 milliliters of Tonic A and Tonic B. Usually in the beginning when you have little seedlings, you want to do half that amount. So instead of 400, we're going to do 200 of A and 200 milliliters of B. Then as they grow, you can put 20 milliliters per gallon. Every time you add a gallon of water, you'll put 20 milliliters, okay?
Okay.
So right in the beginning when we do this, and whenever you do new seedlings and you clean your tower out, you just want to do 10 milliliters per gallon, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That means 200 milliliters of A, 200 milliliters of B, and then when you start to fill up, you double that. Okay, so now we're just going to fill up a little bit more so it mixes really well in here. And you can use a spatula too if you want to. As they say to put 5 milliliters, that first line of water, and then put 5 drops of this, but you can let this can last a lot longer if you just put a little water in here in 1 drop.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So you just take the top off and just pour a little until you have a little in the bottom, and it covers the bottom. Yeah, that's good. Just a little. You just want to see what the pH is. 1. Okay, that looks pretty red.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what we want is we want to see a light green, and you want it between 5.5 and 7.
Okay.
And this is 4.5.
Ooh,
okay, so we need the
very
pH
acidic.
to come up.
Yeah.
I notice when I use rainwater, the pH balance is lower than it should be. When I use regular water, it's usually right on, or it's. I've never really ever had to use the pH negative, minus, what they call. So this is what you have. You have the base, the acid. This lowers the solution.
Okay.
This higher the solution pH. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to higher this. So we're going to use pH plus.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to shake that up. And now this says you can always wear rubber gloves. It's very safe. I've never used rubber gloves. So after you add the tonic A, if your pH level is below 5, okay, you add 1 teaspoon of Tower Garden pH and then retest the level, and you repeat this process until it gets between 5 and 7.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Now,
you need a teaspoon then?
no, I just use the cap.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just fill this up, and I just put this in here.
Okay.
And then yeah, we want to use that. I think we're gonna put the pump on.
Okay.
Okay. Just that around. The timer, okay, and we want to plug the timer into the wall first. Well, actually, that's not true. This is the timer,
Okay.
and you can set it on for every 15 minutes and off. So every little peg is 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's 5 minutes? Wow. I should know this by now. 5 minutes. So you can have it on and off every 5 minutes. So you need to set this now. This is PM. Usually what I do in the evening is I turn it off for 30 minutes.
Okay.
And put it on for 5.
Okay.
But we're just going to set it right now. Just regular 5 on, 5 off. I'm setting this. And the timer's on timer. If you wanted to keep it on all 24 hours, you just push that up to on, but you don't need to do that.
Okay.
And then we're going to plug this plug into the timer. You have 2, so if you had 2 towers, you could,
Okay.
you know, use the same.
Oh.
Plug this in. The reason why we put a knot there is if water ever comes out, it doesn't run down to the plug, okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna. So now, and then you can also see how the water.
Okay.
So the pump is in the reservoir, and it pumps the water with the tonic in it all the way up, and it hits the crown, and then it cascades. You can see there's little holes in here, so the water cascades, and if you look in here, you can see how the water is hitting the net pots, which is where you're going to put your seedling, and that's how it gets watered.
Okay.
Seedlings that are going to get very large on the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, because if you put them on the top, it's going to overshadow everything, and it's not going to be good. Now, did you get the tomato cage?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
Okay.
you're going to need a tomato cage.
Okay.
So you need to probably get that really soon.
Okay.
Without it, your tomatoes are going to, just like if they were in the ground, they need a little cage. You can order that through
Okay.
the Tower Garden website.
Okay.
Okay, so that's going to start growing now.
Tomatoes, fine.
You want to.
You know what I was going to do is a little experiment. I can put that seedling in the
ground. I did that
in the ground.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've
and then
got
we can
cucumber.
test it and see which one grows quicker.
Yeah. I love these little stickers. Okay. And do you want to put one in there?
Okay. And I can my sticker I could take off.
Yeah. You can put the sticker here, or so you remember what it is.
And how do I know that it's in there okay?
You want to push it down, and you want to make sure that that it's hitting the back. Okay, you got it.
That it's hitting the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that way the water hits it, and then here's basil. There's your basil.
It has to be on the top also.
Or a second, first, second, third rows are for crops that aren't going to get all viney. And, there you go. And you have, okay. So now is this 2 eggplant you have?
Yeah.
You've got kale. Okay. Side. When that tomato plant gets big, that's kale.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, these are okay.
Here?
Yeah, or even here.
Here.
Let's see. Let me kind of push the kale. So this is going to, the tomato plant's going to get pretty big. So how about, we're going to use this for, one of these for eggplant,
Okay.
and one of these for the other cucumber.
Okay.
So we can actually put that right here. At some point, like you have your cucumber, you have your eggplant, your tomato. The root system's growing inside here, and you've got little holes so the water drains. You're going to start seeing the root system at some point growing into the water. You don't want to leave the roots in the water because it will suck up water like there's no tomorrow, and they will grow crazy, which is fine, but you don't want to have to keep adding water and tonic. It's fine in here. You're not going to get hurt. Sometimes there's a frog in there.
Yeah.
So you just want to put your whole arm and you want to go underneath and you'll feel roots. And you can pull them, or if you have a scissors, you can cut them, but you don't, make sure you don't cut the pump.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
That's connected to that.
Right.
Middle. So
Okay.
that's why I pull the roots and just go up. When you have other things like lettuce, and this is peppers, you can pull this out in the roots. If the roots get really long, you can trim the roots. You don't want to trim the roots all the way up here because you'll shock it and it'll die. You just want to trim the roots in the bottom so that way the water freely flows down to the other vegetables.
Okay.
And but once it gets really big and produces a lot of, red peppers, that plant lasts forever. And the kale, as you cut around and eat, will keep growing out. And so I mean, your kale will literally grow out to here. Just the stalk, because you keep eating the kale, and so at some point you're going to want to grow new kale.
Okay.
Because it'll get really long. But they continue to produce, kale. It's fantastic. So when you know a couple weeks you're going to get rid of it, start a new seed.
Okay.
So you're ready. Okay.
Okay.
Your basil. You probably can put your basil down here at some point because it's going to get very tall and huge.
Okay.
Okay. As you cut, it gets bushier.
Okay.
All right. Makes sense?
So you can move the plants in as you're trimming the roots.
In fact,
you can.
this is a cucumber. I think I'm going to actually put the basil here,
Okay.
and we'll leave this for more lettuce. If you like lettuce, plant more lettuce.
Okay. So you take the whole plastic cup out when you're moving it. Yeah.
Don't remove them because the root system's going to be going through
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Just take the whole pot out.
Okay.
And let's get you some more lettuce because if you like lettuce goes fast in my household.
Okay.
And I've got more seeds I can give you, like for romaine. What is this one? Do you know which? Oh, that's from the
Yeah.
Okay. I've got green leaf and red leaf, and I grow my lettuce and then I seed my lettuce. So my seeds are very fertile.
Oh,
So when I
okay.
give them to you, you'll see them come up within 2 or 3 days. They're
Wow.
really great. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we want to keep this covered because a frog will jump in there.
Okay.
I've already had that happen to me many times, but they're very content. Usually the tree frogs. Sometimes you'll come out here, you'll see a tree frog sitting here because it's cool.
Oh, okay.
That freaked me out one day. I was like, oh my gosh. So you always want to keep a net pot in here because sometimes they'll jump and they'll go right in.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah,
but they like water. Okay, but
Okay.
the whole plant is great.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to put the other tomato plant here because this is the bigger tomatoes. This is not cherry tomatoes. So although it'll get big, it's not going to get as bushy.
Okay.
Okay, so that way you'll have some good tomatoes. That's eggplant. I think I'm going to, this is a cucumber. I think I'm going to put the other cucumber right over here. Kale. I don't want it right there because that's a tomato plant. And this will grow, once you get that tomato cage, it will grow on the tomato cage. This is basil. I'm actually going to put basil right here. And once this gets bushy, basil doesn't need a ton of sun. It'll be good.
Okay.
Okay. And if you find this is getting too bushy, you can pull this out, change it.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so this is the other tomato plant we're going to put in here.
Okay.
You got 2. Yeah, cherry tomato, just 1.
Okay.
Just 1. Yes. All right, so you have another.
Is that the
eggplant.
Florida Everglades cherry tomato, or?
I'm not sure if those are the Florida Everglades or not.
Okay.
So you got another eggplant. You don't really need the other eggplant because that'll give you a lot of eggplant, but you can plant it in the ground. You'll see the difference. They don't grow as fast.
Okay. Oh, they don't.
No, not at all.
Well, I put all these seeds in the ground, so
Oh, you did
already
then?
at the
Oh,
same
weird.
at the same time that I
fantastic.
yeah.
Are you videotaping the?
I haven't videoed yet. The
Okay, good. Yeah, you'll see. I did the same thing with a tomato.
You did?
Yeah, this one was like all the way up to here. The other one was still down here.
Yeah. Okay.
So you'll see a big difference.
Okay.
And it won't produce as much as when it's in the tower. The tower produces so much. And this is for when you do drain it. You see how the pump's on?
Okay.
This just goes on, push this on here and the water will come right out.